So I keep hearing calls for Meghan to apologize to Kate and Harry to apologize to William and Meghan and Harry to apologize in general for all the horrible things that they have said and done to the royal family. And I find it to be incredibly ironic given that, first of all, the royal family owes Africa an apology, and everybody in the Caribbean who's a descendant of Africans, they owe us an apology. I don't know where in Africa I came from. I'm a person with African ancestry, right? And I don't know where I came from because of the actions of the British royal family. How about an official apology for that? And then some kind of compensation for the damage they've caused by taking away people's identity for starters. For starters, right? But the idea that Meghan owes Kate an apology in particular is particularly rich from my perspective because I can think of at least 10 different reasons why Kate owes Meghan an apology. And this is my opinion, right? This is my opinion, right? Reasonable people can disagree. But starting with Meghan's wedding day, in the church as Meghan is walking down the aisle or things are happening in the ceremony. And you can look on YouTube and you can find videos. Kate was sitting next to Camilla. And at the time, I did not have the context of everything else that had gone on behind the scenes. And once I got the context, it made it even more egregious. But even without the context, the way Kate and Camilla were snickering and the under eye sly smiles between them as this ceremony was going on, you saw two people who, in my view and my opinion, were not at all respecting this wedding ceremony, and they were making fun of Meghan on her wedding day and of Meghan and Harry's wedding ceremony. Now, perhaps not the whole thing, but certainly portions of it was amusing to Kate and Camilla. Go back to those tapes and you will see what I mean. The snickering, the on the eye sly, fakeness, right? This is not an honest and transparent person, in my view. Starting with that wedding, she should apologize to Meghan for that. The second reason she should apologize to Meghan is what was revealed in Harry's book Spare, where you take a bride who's 2 or 3 days from her wedding day and make unreasonable demands that she redo all the bridesmaids' dresses because she made your 3-year-old daughter cry. To add stress to a bride on the last minute or at the last minute in this manner, I think was a mean girl thing to do. Kate owes Meghan an apology for that. And if possible, a public apology. She also owes Meghan an apology, number 3, in my opinion, for making Meghan cry and letting the entire world believe that Meghan made her cry, right? Feeding this to the UK media because we know that they fed it to the UK media because the UK media admitted that in court, in a court of law, that they were getting their gossip from Kensington Palace, right? So they fed a lie to the UK media that Meghan made Kate cry and presented Meghan as a monster to the global community for years until Meghan cleared that up in Oprah's interview. Kate owes Meghan a public apology, definitely a public apology, because the damage was done publicly. She owes Meghan a public apology for that. Another reason that Kate owes Meghan an apology, and William too with this one, is William putting his hand in Meghan's face, as Harry reported in his book Spare, sitting by and telling Meghan that she's a bad person for being a girl and saying, oh, you have mommy brain or something like that, and being deliberately mean about it to the point that it inspired her husband to go and defend her against another woman, her sister-in-law, with his hands in Meghan's face, as was alleged in Harry's book. If that indeed did happen, Kate owes Meghan an apology for that because she spurred her husband on by being a mean girl in a situation that it was uncalled for. Number 5, Kate owes Meghan an apology for speculating about the unborn skin of Meghan's children, because had those children come out to be the color of Meghan's mother, Doria, which they easily could have, it could have been a trauma for Meghan, knowing that they would not be accepted in the royal family. Luckily for Meghan, the children came out, quote unquote, lily white. But had that not been the case, it would have been a mental anguish for her, because she would know that they would automatically be ostracized by the royal family. And so to put that kind of stress and worry and anxiety on a pregnant woman is unforgivable. And Kate, if she indeed said that, should apologize publicly to Meghan for that. Number 6 is her silence when the pit bulls descended on Meghan after she fed them Meghan's blood. She needs to apologize to that, because it was her and William who were in charge of Kensington Palace. And according to these same people who were sued by Harry, they got their filth, their gossip, their whatever you want to call it, from Kensington Palace, where Kate and William presided. Kate owes Meghan a public apology for that. She also owes Meghan an apology for mocking Meghan, because there was that period of time before she got fell with cancer that she was copying everything that Meghan would wear, down to Meghan's shoes, not in a way that was flattering, because they say imitation is the best form of flattery. This was different. This was, I'm going to stomp all over you, biatch. That's what that was saying. That's the kind of stuff that can even make you sick internally, because it is so toxic, and it toxifies not only your mind, it toxifies your body. But she did that. And mocking Meghan, by it's a form of mockery of someone, right? She needs to apologize for that as well, right? She also, in my view, gave permission to others in UK and the the broader global society to continue to harass Meghan online and in the press by remaining silent. She, along with others in the royal family, and she owes Meghan an apology for that, because that's toxic behavior that toxifies everything around you, and it toxifies you as well, both externally and internally. She owes Meghan an apology for that. She also owes Meghan an apology specifically for feeding Meghan to the wolves, as she did, right, by giving, her name and her business to members of the press whom she knew were going to try to eviscerate Meghan. That was cruel. That was cruel. That was mean. She should apologize for that. And finally, I think she should apologize for showing absolutely no sympathy to Meghan, or issuing no public statement when Meghan said she was feeling suicidal, or when Meghan had a miscarriage, or any of those other things that happened to the Duchess of Sussex. I think if the Princess of Wales was big enough to make those apologies, and we know she can, because she's not on her deathbed, as I said. She's working behind the scenes. That's what they all said. She's working on big projects. She's hiring new staff. She's going to the farm shop looking like she's ready to run a marathon. She's in good health. She may have some health issues like we all do, but she's okay. She can definitely issue a public apology to Meghan. And then we can talk about what Meghan needs to apologize to her for.